We talked a lot about firsts here as we begin the month of July, a lot of new laws. This week also marks the start of a new funding tool aimed at essentially making Indianapolis safer and more attractive and keeping it that way. Taylor Schaffer is charged with that as the president and CEO of Downtown Indy, Inc. and a leader of the Downtown Economic Enhancement District. We'll call it the EED. Yep. Lots of work for you ahead. Help us understand what the EED is and what it aims to do.
Sure. So really this came out of a pilot program that began in 2023, thinking about how do we concentrate resources in the downtown area above and beyond what basic city services provide. How do we ensure that downtown feels clean, it feels safe, it feels welcoming and attractive to all of the users of downtown, not just around big events, although that's really important, but also the nearly 30,000 people that call downtown home, the workers who are in the downtown 3, 4, 5 days a week. How are we ensuring that they're having the best possible downtown experience as well, that then allows for attracting new companies, adding more residents, and having a downtown that's really thriving?
But one of the things to understand here that's important is, okay, well, this is great. How do you pay for it? My understanding's basic, so if I get this wrong, please correct me. The people in the district essentially pay for these improvements for the district.
That's right, and the services are really tailored to those property owners. We want to ensure that the property owners that are paying into the district are also really being able to see those services on a day-to-day basis. Those are clean team members operating 7 days a week throughout the area, providing litter abatement, trash removal, graffiti removal, power washing, beautification projects, those things that really help to make a downtown feel cared for. That also includes the safety ambassadors, additional overtime officers for public safety, being able to have that additional foot and bike presence that really just allows downtown to feel welcoming. Those funds also help to support public safety technology and homeless outreach services, all things that are really critical to a well-maintained downtown.
So homeowners, landlords, business owners, they pay, is it a fee? Is that the right way to say it? And how's that calculated?
So as it's calculated in according to state law, it's really focused on that kind of cap 3 commercial property. So that doesn't impact residential units in the downtown area, whether those are apartments or single family. But it's really all of those large buildings that you see in the downtown area, those commercial spaces, whether that's office, whether that's hotel, all of those are paying into the district.
Let's talk honestly about what's driven this. Indianapolis, like a lot of cities, had a rough patch during the pandemic particularly, and then at least the impression that it had given after that. You guys are working from a survey that changes year to year, and it has some interesting numbers. It's clear that some people deeply love the city and say it's rallying. There are also some who say, I'm not seeing that yet. How much has that honesty been important in your work?
Well, I think it's critically important. I mean, I'll say a couple of things. This tool is being used by nearly every downtown across the country. There are more than 200 of these districts all across the United States. So we also know that it's a competitive disadvantage to not be able to leverage these services, to not be able to leverage these funds. Additionally, we consistently want to hear from stakeholders and property owners of what they're seeing, what they're experiencing, how we're targeting resources better, and being able to ensure that over a 10-year period, we're not just being reactive with this district, we're really being able to plan for the future. We're being able to understand how downtown continues to evolve and targeting resources accordingly.
So for instance, let's say graffiti in unwanted spaces was a huge issue during the survey a couple of years ago. If enough abatement happens that it eventually becomes less of a problem, the survey then would let you know that and you could redirect resources?
Absolutely. So last year was the first year that we've really done this perception survey, and our commitment is to do it every year over a 5-year period. We just launched the second year of it, and those questions are actually really similar year to year. There's a few additions, but for the most part, we're wanting that consistency. We're wanting to be able to see how people's perceptions have changed, where there's spikes in different interests, where there's spikes in different needs, and we want to be able to continue to do that. The other thing that we have available to us is an app called CSay, and it allows us to have residents, have property owners, have downtown stakeholders communicating directly with our crews, saying, there's graffiti in this area, can you guys come deal with this?
Right. So there's not a big bureaucracy run around.
Exactly. They can immediately take a photo from their phone, and we can have a crew out there usually within the day to be able to address that issue. Same thing with power washing. Same thing with, I really think this person needs some additional services. I'm concerned about the traffic that I'm seeing on this corner. We're able to be responsive with that, not just with Downtown Indy, but in partnership with service providers like Horizon House to be very intentional with these resources.
WishTV.com right now has a story about the EED, and there is a link to the survey in that.
Yep.
They've said be part of it. Let folks know what you think about the downtown area, how to make it better. Taylor Schaffer, good luck with the work.
Thank you.
On both fronts that you
Absolutely.
have now. And we'll check in with you from time to time.
Absolutely. Thank you.